Everyone's Homebrew coming at you. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everyone. I've been busy. I apologize if I've missed some Homebrew Wednesdays and whatnot. I did the ALS challenge not within 24 or 40 hours. I think it was like within 2 weeks or something like that, maybe. But the business has been slamming busy, which is a good thing. It means I'm making money and I'm scrambling to do a lot of stuff, get things done. And then I've been spending Saturdays with Christian working on the siding on his house. The same side we were working on last summer, which we finally finished. And we've got a race now with time to finish another little section over his garage before rains come. But the way weather's been, I think we're supposed to be going back up into the 90s this weekend. And I know that Brett up in Canada, he had snow one night on his car, so I don't know what's going on there. But I've got to have a beer. I've got to have a beer right now. And I've got one that was sent to me from Lermo 22. He sent me one of the competition beers. This is the RI 081 US. This is Black Cow Milk Stout. It's a 5.7% ABV, 36 IBUs. Got milk stout, it says. Take a look at that. So that's beautiful. I'm gonna crack this one open and give it a try, and I'll talk about it in a minute. Meanwhile, though, I've been working on the hops. So first, take a look. I'm picking the hops there, picking the hops. It's time to start harvesting the hops. We've got over here the Willamette, the Cascade, and then Centennial. So I think I'm gonna drop the Cascade in the middle down. Those babies are looking pretty nice. That's the beauty of having them on pulleys. Okay, so I'm a bit optimistic. They are pretty, aren't they? Yeah, they're looking good this year. Yeah, those are beauties, aren't they? Oh, they smell so good. It's the next day. I'm back again. I got called away. One of my sons, Thomas, and his wife just bought a new home, so we were out looking at it, but this is taking a lot of work. So I've got a new strategy I'm using for picking hops. I'd love to know how the rest of you do your hop picking, so let me know. But I'm gonna just snip a little section here, voila, and then I can just start popping them off. Quick and easy this way. Hopefully you can see that in the camera, but yeah, just take them right here in my hand, and then it's harder to miss anything because I'm picking them, and then I got a bucket here to toss the remnants of the vine. So I'll be here for a while. I'll come back when the bucket's full of just the Cascade. And by the way, my hands smell awesome. Oh yeah, I'm still working at this. It's been quite a while. This is much more time consuming than you can imagine. But what I'm excited to show you a bit is the rig that I have, how I've set it up. I don't have a full sidewall in my house, and I don't have a full area like a farmhouse, like Under the Table Brewing. Brad and Nate have got a beautiful setup. If you have farmland and stuff, you want to definitely check out their site. And also for creativeness, you need to check out BHbrewing. BH has got one of the most amazing crops I've seen from anybody every year. Go check out his site. I'll put links down below for them. You want to do that. I'm also going to be showing you soon, look forward to showing you the new rig we're going to be doing at Christian's house. I'm really kind of excited about how that works, but I'm going to show you my rig in just a minute. All right, that's one plant down. Not too bad. I'd say we got about 2 gallons in the bucket. That's just of the Cascade, so I'm looking forward to getting into the Centennial and Willamette, but that's going to make a few batches, I'd see. We'll see what it turns out to be when it's dried. Okay, here's how I have my system rigged, and I'll show you how we're going to take it down for the winter in a minute. You can see all my lines go up to the roof line. Again, I don't have a flat side of the house to spare, so we've gone into the corner. And I've got to go through this forest to show you the rigging. I have my lines tied off to what would be like a boat anchor for tying off your boat to a dock. You can see I have lines that tie off this. I have another one going the other direction to keep the pole in place. Up here I've got a rig for the line that goes up to the pulley, and it's pretty simple to disconnect for the winter. I basically just unscrew this, pull it out, and pull that off. And I'll just put this onto my boat anchor and tighten the line, and it's stored for the winter. So I've got my hops cut down to a couple feet and my line cleaned up. And up top I've got the center line doubled down, both ends of the line tied off at the house. The hops are looking good, and so's this beer. Take a look at that. You know, that's just beautiful and black. There's not much head on it, but I can smell it all the way over here. Yeah, that smells nice. Oh, that smells good. Let's dive in. So then I also built a rack for drying it, okay? So the screen for drying it, I'm going to put one caveat on the end after you take a look at that, but here, check that out. This is my drying screen. Oh, hey guys. Just over here getting things ready, been making sure everything's nice and square. This is going to be for drying the hops, and we're looking good. So it's a pretty simple design. It's ready to put the hops inside. It's basically about a 2x5 sheet of 1/2 inch square, and then just made my frame for it. Pretty simple, nice and clean, easy to do. Harvesting hops can be fun, especially when you get some beauties like this one right here. This is pretty dry. You can hear it a little bit. Some are drier. God, it smells wonderful. But that's about what you want them to look like. They can be that to slightly drier. And we're gonna dry these out now on my rack. This is pretty simply a 1/2 inch square built onto a frame. I think I showed that probably earlier. We're gonna just spread those babies out. It's a warm day here with a light breeze, which is really beautiful for drying. Later in the evening, I'll probably move them indoors into the garage with a fan blowing underneath. Just depends on the hops. We'll be drying these for as much as 72 hours. We want to get them nice and dry so that they don't spoil once we seal them up in bags later. I also want to mention, when people are picking their hops, if you have any allergies, hops have little prickly, like almost like mini thorns, if you will, to grab onto lines. If you noticed on my pole, I had some twine wrapped around it for them to grab onto and cling. And it will cling to your arms. So if you get allergic reactions, you probably want to take something for that. That'd be just a smart precaution, because they're very potent smell and everything else. So if you get reactions, definitely consult your doctor if you need to, or just take some over-the-counter things for allergy and antihistamine. What can I say? I think it's time for a beer. Oh, very nice. Very good beer. The screen. If I were to do that again, if I make another one, maybe I'll give that one to Christian. I would make it with 1/4 inch instead of 1/2 inch holes, because some of the hops can get wedged and start falling through the bottom. So I would use a 1/4 inch screen would be my advice, but the build's great. It's doing what it needs to do. Quite happy with it. And then it was time to start vacuum sealing them. And so I haven't owned one of those, so I just got one of those recently and checked that out. Okay, second year, 7.3 ounces of Cascade. We'll see how we do with the others. Cheers. So there you go. I've got a nice amount of hops to start. That's of the Cascade. I'll give you an update on how much I got off of the Centennial and Willamette next week. And keeping it short, trying to keep it short here. So I hope you all have a great week. Happy Homebrew Wednesday to y'all. Cheers. This is Kevin from Clements Homebrew. See you guys.